Hi, guys. Welcome to Sunday Talks, and I'm Marlene. Welcome to Living Your Best Life. Today is December the 13th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I welcome you guys to the Sunday Talks program. I'm just going to look to see who is in the stream already. I'm not seeing anybody yet. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit, but when you guys come in, please like the stream and share it out, share it on your community tab, and I welcome you guys. So today's topic is going to be that of growing up Caribbean. Oh, I see Boss Life Online is in the stream. Welcome, Boss Life Online. Please like and share the stream if you can. And I'm about to get started in another minute. So I welcome you guys. How are you doing today? Today, my co-host is going to be Ranks Production. And he is a YouTuber living in Switzerland. So I am so appreciative that he has accepted the invitation to be part of the stream because, we're on a different time zone. So I'm going to get started. I see there's 2 in the stream. I'm going to start with the channel song. So welcome, everybody.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it and be it, and live your best life.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Sunday Talks. How's everybody doing? Hi, Crushing Goals with Karen and Boss Life Online. Before I even get started, I'm going to put the banner up for a second and show you guys what the topic is going to be growing up Caribbean. Thanks for being here. Like and share the stream. And if you want to donate to the channel, my Cash App is $Best Life Crew 727. And I want to shout out my channel members, Boss Life Online and Bozo Calvin Jr. I welcome everybody. I have channel membership on the channel. So I welcome everybody to hit that join button and become a part of the Best Life Crew today. So now with that being said and done, let's see who's in the comment section. Yes. Hello, Karen. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And Boss Life Online, I hope you're doing well as well. If you guys could like and share the stream, I'd appreciate that very much. I'm about to invite my co-host up to the stream, and we welcome Ranks Production to the Sunday Talks. I'm so glad you're doing good, Boss Life Online. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the stream at Boss Life Online. So I'm about to invite up my co-host, Ranks Production. He is a fellow YouTuber. If you have not joined his channel, I have linked it in the description box below, and I will also be putting it in the comment section when this stream uploads. So I'm about to invite Ranks Production up, and I'm going to let him talk about his channel, introduce himself, talk about where he lives, all of that. So I'm going to invite up my guest co-host. Hi, Ranks.
Yes. Hi. Greetings to each and everyone in the house. God bless you all.
Thanks for joining me.
Production.
Yes.
You know, I'm from Jamaica, right? Coming
Right.
from a small village in Jamaica. But at this moment, I live in Switzerland. And I have a YouTube channel. At least I have 2 channels. And one is GG Radio, and
Okay.
Ranks Production is my main channel. On my channel, I do cooking. You know, you guys who know me already, I like to cook. I have
Right.
great passion of cooking, you know, I love it. And I do some vlogs, and you know, when you check on my channel, you can see a lot of video about Switzerland. So when you guys ready to come to Switzerland, you guys already know a lot, know the places where to go and know what to do. So on my channel, you know, I do a lot of vlogs, and I have a little production also. I do some music. I'm a producer also. These days, I'm not really producing a lot of music like before. I was deep into it. But, you know, unfortunately, I'm not doing it too much. But I always doing a little production, you know, I mean, at times, some upcoming artists from Jamaica. And, you know, so on my channel, you know, you will find some of my production. Sometimes when I have my live streams, I play some of my music that I produce. I create 1-2 beats for myself also, and I have some guys who create the beats for me. And, you know, I do a little production and my cooking. And
Oh,
my
right.
name otherwise is Tony. Otherwise, my
Ranks,
name
you
is
know, I
Tony.
didn't know that the music that you played in your streams was your music.
Yes, some
I
of
did
those
not know
music that I play is my, some of those beats that you hear, like even the last live stream that I had, all those beats that I was playing is on my production.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
my name is Raymond.
Oh,
And
Raymond. Okay.
if you wish to call me, and my pet name is Tony. That's
Okay.
the reason why I named Tony Ranks.
Oh, Tony
And
Ranks.
I am also a DJ. I was moving all over Europe. I usually have a sound called Roots Vibration Sound. So I play a lot of festivals in Europe and all those things. But these days I don't really do it too much because I'm working from 9 to 5 right now. And with the work, it's kind of difficult, and also getting older. You know what I mean? I can't really take the bleaching like before. Before I was out 3 days like this on the weekend, don't sleep, music from one venue to the other. But these days, I can't really do it no more. So I'm a born Jamaican, come from a small village called Catadupa. This village, you get this name from the days of slavery. There were some slaves in this village, and they usually beat those slaves, those masters. And the slave always said, "Dupa, no cat me no more." So we get this name called Catadupa. It's a very famous place. Sometimes they call it Catadupa Chocho.
Yeah.
And this little village.
And what part of Jamaica is that?
Is in St. James.
St. James.
When you go from Montego Bay, go Long Hill, Montpelier, Anchovy, Montpelier, Cambridge, it's close to Westmoreland. It's have the border, just a little bridge border from Westmoreland. And when you climb up the hill and go over, you will end up in St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's where my mother was born.
St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, the country.
Yeah, real country, you know. So green and yes, real country.
Yeah.
You know, so this place called Catadupa, it's a very famous place. You just have the tourist train go there every day, like right through the week before when it is really tourist season. But now, unfortunately, we don't have any more train in Jamaica right now because they fall in bankruptcy and they have to shut down the train system. It's a pity. Yeah. So all those people who live in those small villages all the way from Montego Bay, it come right through the hills to a place they call Ipswich. They go to Ipswich, and after Ipswich, they enter to Magatti, where they have the rum factory. They have this Appleton rum factory, so they take the tourists to the rum factory there. Yeah, you know, Magatti, Ipswich, all those places. And they had a famous cave at Ipswich also, so the tourist train was stopping there. And, you know, everybody usually make their livelihood from all those adjoining villages coming. But since the train, it's really difficult for the people there. A lot of farmers and guys who do carving, straw vendors, like my mother, she was a dressmaker, she was sewing. And when I was small, after leaving school also, I was selling my little craft, just to make my little pocket money and, to help out my mother because, those days in Jamaica, many of the people, they have a lot of children, like my mother. She have 15 children.
So you come from, where are you in that line, Ranks, of 15? Where are you in that line?
Oh, I'm the first one.
First of 15?
Yes, I'm the first one.
Wow.
I'm the first one.
And I'm the last.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was my mother, she's really amazing. And in my village, I have some friends of my mother. Some of them have 18 children, 17, 15, But those days, the ladies was a little bit afraid of those pills and things to take, so they just having kids, which now you don't have that. Younger generation, they really control those kind of things, you know what I mean?
Right.
And growing up in Caribbean, it's a great experience. It is so different from the outside world, because I have some experience of traveling. I was in Canada, America, I travel all over Europe, and I can really compare the difference. But by growing up in Jamaica, in the Caribbean country in a whole, you learn a lot of things and it gives you strength for outside. Because there we have to be a lot of self-reliance.
Mm-hmm. That's different than in the States because they have a lot of programs like in United States and Canada and other places that will help people. But in Jamaica, if you don't take care of yourself, then you have nothing.
Yes. And, Caribbean in a whole, it's about tasting, entertainment, vibes, music, happiness. We have some sadness anyway, but with the bright sunshine, the nice beaches and the food, everything is green. You can plant, you can grow things, easily, good rainfall and everything. So it's like a paradise, Sometimes we are living there, we don't know how much it's so good for us. Is when we go outside and we see the difference, so we start to compare, and we really realize that where we are coming from, it's a paradise anyway, with the sunshine and the food and everything. And then we learn a lot of things because on a personal perspective, I is a person that I learned a lot of things about planting. I was always going to the farm with my grandparents and my parents. We always plant a lot of foods. We always grow our own food.
Hey, Ranks, we have a question in the chat. Boss Life is online is asking how many siblings are still in Jamaica? How many siblings do you have in Jamaica still?
Oh yes, I have a lot of them still in Jamaica. Almost all of my siblings are still in Jamaica. I have a sister in Florida, a brother in America also, in New York, and some of my other relatives living all over in America, some in Canada, but the most of them is still in Jamaica.
Okay.
Because we Jamaicans, a lot of us are foreign-minded, We want to travel because we have that dreams. So we want to go and see what is out there, if we can make life and what we can do. But there's a lot of Jamaicans in Jamaica. They are okay. They don't want to travel more than just go visit on holidays and come back. Not like me, where I just go in Europe, and I'm in Europe now since 28 years now.
Yeah.
I've been in Europe, I go to Jamaica regularly anyway. But for the past 3 years, I didn't go back to Jamaica for right now because I was I say that I want to go to travel some other places, but I was going to Jamaica like 2 times per year.
Oh, 3 times a
So
year?
yeah, 2 times per year I was going, because I have holidays in the summertime and sometimes in December. I always go in summertime, and then I try to go in December to see my family, because my relatives also from America, they came down and have a little family reunion and thing. And some of them, they didn't see me for many years, because sometimes I went in America to check some of them. I went to Florida, New York, but sometimes some of them live into some other states that I don't even reach them, just by phone and things like that.
I have there's a question in the comment section. So what is the difference in your age group between you and your youngest sibling?
What
Are
is
you
the
guys
difference
close in
between?
age? Yeah, like you're the oldest, and
Yes.
in between
Well,
you and your youngest, what's the difference in age?
yeah, the difference in age, like my younger brother, he have, let me tell you, my younger brother, they all grown up now. My younger brother is 30 something now.
Okay.
So, and I am 55 now. Maybe I
Okay.
don't look that old, but
No, you don't. Mhm.
I keep myself good, and I don't think about age. As you know, also with Jamaicans, we never really think about
We
age.
don't we
What I
don't
mean?
really we don't really
We
show
don't
our age.
really worry ourselves about age. We go to the dance, you have the grannies there dancing, and everybody is getting together. You know what I mean? It's not like here I live in Switzerland and I see some guys my age and they don't go out no more. They just, I sometimes have to say, I don't want to be your friend, guys, because they just think their life is finished, you know what I mean? But I mean, so it depends on how you think in your head anyway, you know what I mean? But in Jamaica, we grew up like this, as you know, everyone together. We eat together, we play together, we just by outside with the old guys playing dominoes, and and we also learn a lot of things from the elder, and
Yeah.
we growing up, we like you and I also, we respect the elder very much. The younger generation now is totally different. Now
Can you
it's totally different
can you
Jamaica.
speak about that? Like, when you were growing up, did you have your like older people living with you, like aunts and uncles, grandparents?
Yes, yes, we were living with grandmother same way. 'Cause in Jamaica we don't abandon the elder. We all living together.
Yeah, we
We
don't
live.
believe in nursing homes.
No, we don't believe in nursing home. We always have everyone together as a family. What I mean? Just we have this kind of hospitality. We grow together. We stay together. Don't matter. We don't put you away. What I mean?
Mm-mm.
But like I can imagine in the developing countries, fast going, they have all these daycare centers. And before I was working in one of those daycare centers also, and after a while I get so attached with all those old people, and I was taking care of them so much from my heart, and it was hard for some of them, because some of them relatives don't check them until maybe once a year, or some in 5 years, some never check them again once they go to this place. So
They put them
yeah,
there and abandon them.
and abandon them. But in Jamaica, we more, let them stay home with us, and we all together. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing.
I wanted to talk about a minute, like the difference in money between regular people and Jamaicans. And a lot of people may not understand this, but Jamaicans, for the most part, they work hard, they get their money, but they always have something in mind to do with their money. They don't just have money and then just blow it out on stuff. Like, we always
Yes,
have
yes,
something we're going to do with it. We're going to buy a house, we're going to get a
yes.
car, there's always something in the back of most
Of
Jamaicans'
them,
mind.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
They always have some plans. Yeah, we always have some plans, and we always bear this in mind also. It's not what you earn, is what you save.
Yes.
Yeah, my grandmother always tell me that, always, and ever since I bear that in mind, not what you win, is what you save. So, always put a little thing aside and always thinking about doing something, as you say. We don't just squander like that. But there's a lot of changes right now also with the younger generation from when we were growing, I mean, there's a lot of changes. You have more development, you have things advance a lot. So it's not like us, the older ones when we were growing, we don't have much things like, for example, telephone, internet, and all those things. We didn't
Yeah.
have those things. So we mostly communicate with people, what I mean? We always together communicating with people, and we're more attached together. These days, with the younger generation, when I went to Jamaica and I see, how it's going, they still communicate with people, but they are more distant, everyone with their phone and their business, and, not like before. We are more caring, share caring for each other, I mean, we have this kind of life, but it's totally different. I think it's because of the development and the advancement, and everything is changed, everything is going on rapid. So the
Right.
younger generation, they don't really live like us.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't really live like us. They live totally different.
I
Me,
wanted to say for a second, tell everybody who doesn't know, like the difference in money, like being from US to Jamaican money, just to show how the value of a Jamaican dollar is different from US. I looked on Google and it said that 100 Jamaican dollars is only worth 70 cents here.
yeah, yeah,
So that just shows like the reason why people like to leave the foreign countries and come to the United
and
States
come to
because
it.
the money,
Yes,
it has more value.
you have more values. Yes, it's true. Because, when you're in Jamaica and you're working, and what you are working for, when you compare it to US dollars, is like you're giving free labor. It's
Basically,
very,
you're a
very
slave.
low. Yeah, it's very, very low.
Mhm.
So, I can understand people want to go to abroad to work and to come back,
You
to
know
build
how
a
we always say,
house.
we go afar and
Yeah, we go afar. We go afar. We want to go afar. And right now, every out of every 10 young people that you meet in Jamaica, 6 of them, they want to go to foreign.
Mhm.
Yeah, they want to go to foreign because, as you say with the dollar, and it's true, with the dollar is very much more stronger.
Yeah.
Like, for example, here in Swiss francs is like 22 Jamaican dollar for 1 Swiss francs.
Wow.
Sometimes it's up to $25 Jamaican for 1 Swiss francs. You know what I mean? So it's really hard for some people, and sometimes they are just working 5,000 per week, and that is nothing much. You know what I mean? 5, 6,000 per week. Sometimes I wonder how they manage with that, and then have to take transportation to go to work and all those things. You know what I mean? It's really difficult.
Yeah, but
And
I feel like the difference too from the United States or any other place outside of Jamaica. In Jamaica, when you have a house, it's not like the government doesn't get involved in your money like here. You
yes, yes.
you buy your building material, you build it on the family plot of land, and that's it. There's
Yeah.
no like every year paying all this money for this and that. When once
No,
you
you
build your
don't have
house, it's
to. You
yours.
don't have to. The
Yeah.
only thing now I see in Jamaica now, if you are building a house now, you obligatory have to go to get the blueprint.
Mhm.
Especially if it's a land that and nearby the road and these things now. But before you could just build it without getting the blueprint. But they don't give you a lot of problems. You go and get a blueprint for your house. You know, the parish council, they control this a little bit more now. But you can just build, you buy your material, you build. You know, I mean, everybody just keep building their little house and no problem. We pay some tax for lands also, but I mean, you know.
But it's not much.
No, it's not much. And many of the people, they don't pay also. But now they are taking some restriction on it. That's people pay their tax, their land taxes more. They start to step in. A lot of things really change in Jamaica also. A lot of things, yeah, really change. A matter of fact, in the whole Caribbean, there is a lot of changement right now with the globalization and all these developments and, you know what I mean, foreign investors and all those things. So there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, a lot of things change, and some things is for the good. Like certain technology is good because it helps the people, but some technology is not good because when you bring in certain technology, a lot of people lose jobs.
Yeah, a lot of people lose jobs. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, you know, the road in Jamaica, they're building a lot of highways. But you know, it's the Chinese guys them building this highway, and they have to make some contract with the Jamaican government because they pay for crossing, you know, to take the highway, you have to pay. So it's they are the one that collecting the money. They're making the highway and they are collecting the money. And to the amount of time, the years that they have to collect, after this period of time, the road need to fix again and all these things. So, you know, sometimes some of the development is it's really good because it's very good now we have highway. Imagine from Montego Bay to Kingston, you can just tap in your finger, you reach there. Anywhere over Jamaica, you go from Kingston to Savalama, St. Elizabeth, any side, any direction, it's more easy to go. Now you don't have to drive this 5-6 hours and, you know what I mean, those steep road and things. So the highway that they're building is good. But some of the things that the government make the arrangements, sometimes it benefits Jamaica in a present moment, but later on it will be more difficult because to maintain all those roads after paying all this money and things, so they have to be really know what they are doing to keep it real and keep it going, you know what I mean? But what they are doing a lot of things, which is good. I like some development that is going on, you know what I mean? The only thing that the government of Jamaica have to be careful with some of the investors that coming in to take over everything. You know, they have to be careful with that. But we need the investors, you know, we need them for the development and, you know, people can find. I see people are finding more job in Jamaica than before. You know, a lot of more work in Jamaica. I know a lot of young people working, but under some kind of condition which is not so very well anyway, and they are getting a very low salary. So it's very hard on them anyway. But I see a lot of things going on, a lot of changing. You know what I mean?
Right. I see a lot of changes. I want to tell everybody who doesn't know, like, because people will say, what is the difference between the way Jamaicans speak and regular English? So for the people who don't know, in Jamaica, we speak a Jamaican Creole, where what we call patois, or it's spelled Patois, but it's pronounced Patwa. So we say patois. Yeah.
Patois, yeah. Me now go. Me a come.
Where y'all go?
Yeah, me now go. Me a come. Wait there. Hold on. And we use a lot of yeah man and all those things.
Yeah, is after almost everything.
Yeah. And you know, is when you say like you go in German, you say yeah.
Yeah.
German side also we say yeah. You know, and you know the patois is mixed with some Creole also, and sometimes in the patois you find some French words, you know, that we use and we don't even realize that it's French words. And you know, but I love the patois, and sometimes I I really admire sometimes, especially here in Switzerland. A lot of people from here in Switzerland go to Jamaica and they go there for like sometimes some of them 1 month, 6 weeks. And, you know, when they come back, they speak in patois with me. You know what I mean? It's really amazing to see that. You know, it's a very nice language. I like the patois, you know.
Mhm.
But, you know, in
One of the
Jamaica,
things that I love about Jamaicans in general is the diversity. A
yeah,
lot of people don't know that Jamaica does not just have Black people. That
right,
there are Jamaicans that are Caucasians, they're Chinese, they're
right,
Indian. It's not
right.
just what you see on the TV. That there
Yeah,
is a lot of diversity that is not shown in
yeah,
Jamaica. That it's there.
yes. Even I tell you something, you know, it's funny. In my family, my grandfather is a brown guy. My mother is a little bit brownish, you know. And my grandfather is a brown guy with curly hair. And my grandfather, mother, is like a half Chinese lady. With when she always roll up the hair like this, and when she let out her hair, it fall on the ground. It's very long and straight. So, you know, and I have friends also in Jamaica right now that we go to school together, we grow up together. They're even darker than me and they have Chinese eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that is why we have the matter of Jamaica out of many one people.
Mm-hmm.
And in the history of Jamaica, there was some the Asians also, Asian people. So, you know, Jamaica is very, very mixed, very, very mixed. I have some cousin there just for personal, I tell you. I have some cousin there, when you look at their eyes, they have green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the visage and look at the other families, they all resemble. But there is some one in the family from way back down. As I say, my grandfather, he was a very brown man with curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather, mother, was a half Chinese lady. You know what I mean? So Jamaica is really mixed, you know what I mean? It's really mixed in Jamaica. So as you mentioned this, many people they think Jamaica is not it's just only one set of people like black people, you know.
Right.
It's so mixed. You have the Chinese Jamaican, the Indian, you have, you know, you have so many mixed, you know, you have the white. Right now in Switzerland, I know one lady, she's white with blue eyes and she's a born Jamaican and she's coming from way, way down in all her families and in her family, some of them are black. And, you know, you don't imagine, you know.
Yeah.
And they have, I don't cut you, they have this place called Seaford Town. I don't know if you know Seaford Town.
No, I don't.
That is in Westmoreland. It's close to where I'm from, this village. It called Seaford Town, where the German people lived there. I think it was in the war, the World War. You have a lot of German people there. Some of them, they let them out of prison and, you know, they choose to send them different place who want to go. So you have one village called the German Town. A lot of German people live here, but, you know, they mix with the Jamaicans, so they have a lot of mixed children, Métis, and
Right.
yeah, it's called the German Town, otherwise known as Seaford Town. And most of those people, they have another German town in Canada also, they connect to, because most of them always migrate from Jamaica to Canada to this other place there. Right. It's a connection. So these people there, and they just do like farming, they auto mechanics, they sell motorbikes and all those things. Even one of my daughter, she was married with one of those Germantown. They have supermarket run shops and things, you know. So, and when you see those guys, they are born Jamaican, you know, they come from a long time, so way back. So majority of them from, you know, they're born Jamaican. So when you see them, only thing you can see, they have the red skin, more red with the sun. But when them talk and everything, they are born Jamaican. So
Yeah, you hear that
Jamaica
patois
really
come out.
mixed. Yeah, Jamaica is really mixed. You know what I mean? Really.
My mother's mother was pure Cherokee Indian. I've only seen pictures of her because she was born like in 1800 and something, but she was pure Cherokee Indian. And then her son, my mom's my grandfather, my grandfather was Cuban. So
Yes.
it's like all those cultures. So my mom says she used to hear her grandmother speaking whatever Cherokee Indian language that she used to speak. And then her father used to be speaking the Cuban language. So she had a lot of diversity growing up in the household, but you know, it wasn't really passed on. So we didn't learn that. But I think that it's important to highlight that Jamaicans don't just speak patois. They have many languages also.
Many languages, yes.
In Jamaica.
Yes, because my grandfather also, they usually speak Spanish. And a lot of the older people in Jamaica, they speak Spanish. Yeah.
Right.
You know, we learn it in school.
Boss Life Online says that she's learning a lot about Jamaican people and its diversity.
Yes, it's a lot of diversity. It's really amazing in Jamaica, you know. I mean, and when just from the outside and seeing what people saying and all this, and sometimes when you go to Jamaica, it's totally different experience when you start to meet the different look of the people, different kind of people and all those things, and see what is the real Jamaican culture, where it is coming from and all those things. It's really interesting, you know what I mean? But most of the time, things that they put out there in public is not really so it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I went to speak a moment about things that I don't like. Like, I don't like that when you see Jamaica highlighted, it's kind of like in a negative light. Like the only thing that Jamaican people do is cook and have a lot of jobs. There's a lot more to be.
More to that.
Yeah,
there's a lot more to that.
Yeah.
Jamaican people are very talented, you know. Jamaican people are very intelligent people. It's a very intelligent nation. And there is a lot of things so positive with Jamaicans. They have a lot of gifts, you know, in sports, as we can see also. And, you know, sometimes people just see Jamaican, as you say, just for cooking and smoke weed. You know, many of them just think that all Jamaican just smoke weed, and all Jamaican is Rasta. And, you know, I mean, it's so many things behind all those things otherwise, you know, in Jamaica. You know, Jamaican people are very, very intelligent. We study a lot. We go out all over the world. We study all over the world in universities and all those things. We are very good doctors, very good teachers, very good lawyers. You know, I mean, you can name it. You know, Jamaica is a small little island, but it brings out some very, very great people, you know, from ever since.
And I would add to that the people, the Jamaican people are that way because the parents want the next generation to be better than the previous. Like they want, because they didn't have those opportunities. So it's very important. I've seen that most Jamaican people want to make the next generation better than themselves. They want them to have better opportunity, more things than they wish that they could have had.
Exactly. Because me personally also, my children, I have children in Jamaica, and
Mhm.
I trying to do the best for them to have a better education more than me, to break this chain, break it, to do something to be better, what I mean? And all the parents in Jamaica, they always think about that for their children. They work
Mhm.
very hard to send them to college and to give them the best education that they can. They always, they're very determined people, and they know what they want, and they will go for it. They work very hard for what they want. Jamaican people, they have a determination to work. You have some maybe, yes, don't care, don't do nothing much because of the sunshine and easy life.
Right.
You know
Just
what I mean?
relax.
Yeah, just relax. And some of them also abuse the situation because, for
Mhm.
example, like us, we are living in foreign country. Maybe
Mhm.
we have a little more privilege with some things, and we work a little more money, even though it's very expensive in foreign country. We have to pay everything. But sometimes, for example, when you send a little money to Jamaica and you send it to them and they go to the Western Union, and I mean, some of them just, we in the foreign country, we spoil some of them also by
Oh,
sending money to
I was
them
gonna talk
always.
about Western Union. That was a whole
Yeah, and they just have this Western Union dream. They just stay quiet and, I mean, but at the same times, Jamaican people, they like to hustle. They like to try a little business. I mean, they don't sit down. Jamaican people, they like to try something, make a little stall, sell something,
they
and
hustle.
they hustle. I mean, they very much hustle, because, they never really sit down, so imagine some of them when they go to foreign country, they do two, three jobs if it's possible to make money to go back home and to build their dream house and all those things. Even though some of them come to foreign country and in America, for example, and get themselves involved in some drugs dealing, things like those, and and get themselves in prison and all kind of things. But majority of them leave out of Jamaica and go to foreign country. They go with the intention to make some money and go to work for it as hard as they can to come back home because they know its value much more. So when they come back home with a little money, they know that they can able to build a little house and do something. You know what I mean? For example, I go to Jamaica and a guy, some friends of mine I know long time, things not so easy with them, and them said to me, okay, I want to do this little business and it's gonna cost like 20, 30,000. But when you check it, 20, 30,000, it's just a little more than $100 or $200. So when you contribute that to them, they start them life, they start something. And sometimes when you go back and see what they have, what they
What they
make
have
up
done
that
with
two
that little
hundred
bit of
dollars
money.
you give them, you feel so pleased about that. You're very happy because I know guys who I just give a little helping hand and he start his business and he don't have to ask me for anything. He even have more than what I got. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's more easy, for to give a little push sometimes to some people in Jamaica and they will go on from that. They, make themselves a man and do themselves some good business and start start something because in Jamaica you can do some simple things which maybe in America or in Europe we can't do that because we have to have license, you have to go through many
Right.
processes. It's more difficult, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
In Jamaica, if you just want to sell some food at your house, you just
yeah,
just
you just
make a little thing, knock up
yeah,
some wood,
yeah,
and start selling your food. There's no
you're telling the
license or
truth.
nothing.
When I go to Jamaica, I always move around parish to parish. And sometimes I'm passing through St. Elizabeth's and Portland, and then every gate you see, most of the gate, those people, they are working same way. but they have a little stand at the gate selling some. They have a lot of breadfruit. They sell some breadfruit. They have a lot of banana. They put a little stand at their gate. They sell a few bunches of banana. So you come from another parish that don't have a lot of bananas. You passing through. You stop. You take 2 bunches of banana, 2 cane, and throw it in your car trunk. And Jamaican people always hustling, and I mean, they always doing something. It's really amazing. And you can do it. But when you're in Europe here where I am, I can't go put nothing nowhere. And I make some nice ginger juice. And sometimes I say I want to sell some ginger juice for summer to some guys on the lake, because when I finish my work, I was always hanging out on the lake side and having fun and things. So I will do some ginger juice. But those ginger juice I have to hide before I can, the cops catch me selling those ginger juice.
Yeah, because the difference is that when you do things in the States or other countries, the government wants a piece of it.
Yeah, they want a piece of it. So I have to, I have to go like juice, but at the same time, I'm selling those ginger juice because, some ginger shots, I do a lot of juice and things. But sometimes I have to be very careful because I can get amount of $500. So imagine you have to pay $500 for, so you're afraid. You don't want to do those kind of things. But at the same time, if you have to get one paper to do this, the amount of process that you have to go through, the amount of things that you have to do, and then maybe they say yes, maybe they
and by the time you go through all of that, it's not even worth it for you to do the business.
So you don't bother. So it's really difficult. Even it's in another sense, it's for the protection also, because they can just allow anybody to just make things and sell. Suppose something happens to someone who drink that ginger juice, they are looking on that also. So I can understand sometimes it's just a form of control and security and safety for the people, So I can understand, but it's really difficult.
Boss Life Online has a question here. She says, how much money do you need in Jamaican money to build a house?
Oh, yes. Well, it depends on the house that you would like to build. It depends on the house that you would like to build. For right now, the material is very expensive now. I don't really know too much the cost of the material, like the blocks, building blocks and cements and all those things. But I would just give you an estimate. For example, if you have 100,000 Jamaican dollar, you can build at least a big size one room. You know what I mean?
And what would that be equivalent to, so that they can?
That would be equivalent to, for example, it's like 22 for $1. So roughly it would be more than 1,000, 1,500 to up to 2,000 US dollars. At least can give you that amount. It depends on the rate. Because it always go up, go down, and always.
I would say, I think to build like a 2-bedroom house in Jamaica, you could build one for probably about $5,000-6,000.
6,000 US dollar.
Right.
Yeah, because the material now is very, very expensive. So because right now the material is very expensive. But I know someone, he have 100,000 Jamaican dollar, and he was able to build a one room. But at the same time, it depends. Maybe this guy who built that one room with that 100,000 Jamaican, he do the work himself.
Right.
Maybe he have some guys who come and give him a hand. So as what you say, it can be 6,000, 5,000 for building.
Yeah, and it depends on how fancy you want to be too with the house.
Yes, depends on how fancy you want the house to build.
Because
You know,
if people who don't know, when you go in the foreign country, it's not all of those fancy things involved in houses.
yeah,
They just regular, like a concrete home, and they
yeah.
paint it white, and it's simple.
Because my sister was telling me about some housing scheme that they built, new housing scheme in Montego Bay, and it was 4 million Jamaican dollars for one, and it was only 2 bedroom, veranda, kitchen, and it have a land space where you can extend, and it was 4 million Jamaican
And
dollar.
what would that be in the U.S. money?
Yes, in the US money, I have to do some calculation.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
What about 12,000?
yeah, something like that. 12,
Maybe,
maybe
maybe a little
12,000.
bit more than 12,000 US
Yeah,
dollars. Yeah. Or maybe you can put it up to 15,000. That
yeah,
is just roughly,
but not
that's
much
a
more
roughly
than
estimate.
that.
Yeah, that's a roughly estimate. I'd have to really calculate it. But it
Right.
was like 4 million Jamaican dollar for that house. But it's a good piece of land space you have behind.
Mhm.
And you know, they build these housing scheme where you can extend on both sides.
Right.
You
Boss
know.
Life Online says, "Wow, I'm moving to Jamaica."
Yes. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, I say, you know, what I mean, you can, yeah, you can buy one of those because I was checking for one of those house, but they are just giving those house to the people who on the NIS, you know, the national something or another, who work in, you know, like in the banks and thing too, because they build those house for those people, you know, to and those houses are already in demand. They already sell out from before they start to build.
Right. It's kind of like a thing like we have in the States called like Section 8, which is like the government subsidized housing.
Because I have one friend here, he's from Jamaica also. On the other day, he was telling me he bought a house in Cherry Garden, that is in Kingston, that is really residential area. Where
Mhm.
all those rich people, very big houses. And the guy told me that he paid 8 million for the
Yeah,
house.
that sounds something to be like maybe
Yeah.
20, maybe 25, $30,000.
Yes, he pay 8 million Jamaican dollar for that house. And it's a big house, you know, with a swimming pool and very nice house. Not extra big, you know what I mean, because you have some bigger one than that. But it's a nice house, and it's a nice area also. And he pay $8 million. So you know,
Yeah.
when I check it out, when I check it out, comparison if you are with US dollars, and it is not so expensive the houses in Jamaica when you check it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know the price for houses in America anyway. My sister there and his husband they work in the real estate. Cause once they wanted to get a house in Florida for me, you know, they work in the real estate, buy house and sell house, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. So I have to really check them. But before they tell me, oh yeah, we can get a house for you there, why don't you know what I mean? But I never
Right.
really thinking about it. But
Right.
I really have to check it and see.
I wanted to change now and start talking about our food.
Yeah,
Jamaican food.
from Jamaican
That's
food
what
now.
draws a lot of people to
So
Jamaica.
I would like to ask you a question. Which food is your favorite Jamaican food?
I would say it has to be. It's a tie between curry chicken and jerk pork.
Okay.
I can't decide because I have two different aunties, one who come from the country, one who come from the city. And when she made me curry chicken versus the jerk pork, I can't choose because they're both delicious.
They're both
So
delicious.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Yes.
that's my
And
favorite, and I would have it with festival rice and peas and plantain.
okay.
Mhm.
That's nice. Yeah, you know, I like chicken very much. I like my jerk chicken. And you know, my brown stew chicken with rice and peas and with this coleslaw they make it in Jamaica. And you know, and I tell you something, as you say, you like the pork also. If anytime you go to Jamaica, you have to go to Portland, Boston Bay, somewhere there. They have a place there. I know some people, they never eat pork. And when they go there and see the pork grilling there, everybody want to eat. It's crazy. Because you know the guy, he do it with a special hood. You know, the pimento hood.
Yes.
So they just put those big chunk of pimento hood and they grill the chicken and the pork with the pimento hood. So it gives this smell, you know, from it. The pimento. It's crazy. My children, they go there and they never eat pork because I never cook pork in order while they are growing up. And they went there and see some other friends eating the pork. And my son tell me, oh, daddy, when I see them eating this pork, and everybody talking how it's good, he tell me I try it. And every time you go to Jamaica, you have to always go to this place.
Yeah.
And I try the chicken there. It's really different. It tastes.
I was gonna say that I find the meat to be different, and I think it's because we don't have the hormones and things. They're organic.
Yes,
natural.
Yes, yes. You know, different. Yeah. I remember when I was growing up, you know, and you know, we have some common fowl in the yard and things. So my mother always liked to catch one of them and, you know, cook it. It take longer to cook than the other chicken. So, you know, I take half day to catch all those chicken. Because you have to run them, you have to set some things and show some feeding for them coming to catch them. And, you know, when you catch those chicken, you're so tired.
Yeah. And then the difference from other people who don't grow up in foreign country, you have to take care of animals before you go to school.
Yeah, as you come on that point, I have some kind of experience. As you come on that point, when I were going to school, we have a lot of goats. We raise a lot of goats, and sometimes in the morning we milk the goat and get the goat milk and all this. So in my village, I was going to those days they call it the all-age school. So, you know, the school is on a big property that have a lot of land space. So a lot of feeding for goats and things. So every morning going to school, I was taking like 10 heads of goats to school to tie them out before going to school. So when I go to school, my pants foot was all wet. Because I have to go in the bush to tie the goats, you know. So I was taking the goats to, you know, to tie them out. Yeah, we always raise animals in Jamaica.
Right.
Most of especially living in the countryside, we always raise animals. Pig, goats, chicken, birds, pigeon, all those kind of things, rabbit.
And you have to do all of that work before you even go to school. And you better not be late.
And you better not be late, because sometimes the principal is waiting you a distance from the school, slapping you in the hands. It's I tell you, it's the principal is there with the strap. When that guy tip up on his toe and hit you in the hands, you have to be careful, because sometimes it come over and catch you at this palm here. So you have to be, you know, position yourself very properly. Sometimes you don't want it to catch on the pint too much, and you don't want it to catch over. So you have to really, you know, we get a lot of, only thing in Jamaica, we get a lot of slap up, you know.
Yeah, but I think the difference with the disciplinary system in the schools, where teachers and the principal and other people discipline you, it's done in love. It's not to excesses. You know, they don't do it to excesses like to, you know, bruise you up, but They instill discipline in you, and that there's some things that you just don't do. You need to be on time. You need to be dressed a certain way. You know, like rules and regiment.
Rules. Yes,
used
yes.
to.
Discipline.
That's
Yes,
what
real
life is
discipline.
about. Yeah.
Real discipline. And you know, as I was talking before about the elders, you know, in Jamaica, you don't have to be your biological parents to be a parent for any children.
Yes.
You know, you go there and you do something wrong, some friend of the parents, they will catch you and slap you and tell you, hey,
Yes.
don't do that.
Mhm.
And when you
remember,
go,
Ranks, now that you say that, I'm remembering something. I wasn't in Jamaica, but it was here, but it was some of my parents' Caribbean friends. And I
yes,
walk into school, and you know, it's different than how people are here. When you see older people, you have to greet them and say, hello, good morning.
morning,
But I
yes.
was rushing going to school because I was running late. So I run past them. So, you know, they went and told my parents, your rude daughter run past me. She don't even greet me and say good morning.
Yes.
And you know, when you get home,
You get some slap for that. You know what I mean? I can't forget one time I used undecent language. And one friend of my parents, the guy catch me and he pinch me like this and pinch me and said,
oh,
don't let me hear you say this again. So every word come out of his mouth, he just pinch me, pinch me. So you think I could go home and tell my parents? If I
you
tell them,
can't because you're going to get it again.
I'll get it again. So I have to just keep my mouth shut. So I tell you, you have to keep your mouth shut. You can't go home and talk about that.
But and the discipline system is different. I want to talk about that for a moment. The discipline system is different than in the United States, where they call things abuse. You know, for Caribbean people, whatever they find and catch, that's what you're gonna get hit with.
Yeah. My mother took off the shoes
a spoon, a switch, telephone cord, whatever they could grab.
You know, I do something already. My mother have one pan with some water, and she just drown me with it.
Yep.
You know, she don't find anything at that moment, so she just use what she have. She have this pan with some cold water, and she just throw it on me, wake me up like that. You know, and still we have to run after coming home. We're still gonna get some spanking.
Yeah.
I don't get away.
And one of the things that I don't like in a Caribbean household, when your parents have friends and the friends come over, your parents rehash what you did so you get it again.
Yes,
so
yes.
It's like they said, you know what she did on Tuesday? And you get it again. Every time they remember.
Yeah, just come up back with that. So sometimes you just wonder if they're gonna come up with it, and out of the blue sky they just come up with it.
and I would just take off. I would just take off and come out of the house because I knew I was.
I tell you, yes, they're growing up in Caribbean.
Don't worry, you got to come back in here because
it's really something else. You know, it's totally.
Yeah, but you know, I find it was a good thing because you knew that there's just things that you don't do. Where I find it's different here, like people can be disrespectful to older people, or to handicapped people like mistreat people in the United States. I can speak of the United States, like disrespect older people, call them old, they curse them out. We just don't do those things.
That. No, we don't do that.
We just don't do that. Like, and then it's not only that, you don't have to have permission. If somebody is your parent's friend, they don't have to have permission to discipline you.
No,
it's different than foreign country. Like people would say, "Don't hit my child." If your friend meets you, if your parent's friend meets you out the road and they find you doing something wrong, they're gonna get you.
Yes, yes. We're gonna get you. Yeah, it's different. Different, you
Yep.
know.
It's a different way of living and policy, and in that
Yeah.
way you learn to respect other people because you can't just get away with stuff.
Yes, you can just get away. It's
Mm-mm.
true.
And the what I used to do when I was younger, I would used to go and skip school, go to the mall, but I forgot that my parents' friends would be there,
Yeah.
you know? And I think I get away with
Someone
it. I go
else-
home and my mother's waiting for me with the belt and say, "Did you have fun at the mall?" And I say,
yeah.
"How did she know?" Parents'
Somebody.
friends. Yeah.
uh, right away, they're gonna say, "Oh, I see your daughter there. Well, you know,
I
she
see
was
her
doing this."
there
And,
and she
yeah.
wasn't in school.
Uh, always, you know. But
Always.
it's not a good way. It's not a good way, you know what I mean?
It's a
It's
good
not a
way
good way.
because you learn that there's things that's right and wrong, and you don't just get away with stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When most
True.
Caribbean parents don't let you get away with things at all.
No, no.
They're very strict,
Strict, yeah.
very strict.
Very strict. Sometimes you do things outside, and when you're coming home, you know what's gonna be already.
Oh,
They whip.
you dread going home.
Yes, you fear, you
You're
know.
dragging your feet because you say, "Oh man, I know once I get in that house."
You know that's you gotta get some lashes, you know. So
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
gonna
you
get.
always try to do your best. Don't do something for that to get beaten. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
You try to do your best.
Yeah,
And that's the thing is that I think the parents just want you to do better because they know what it's like. Most parents from Jamaica, they didn't grow up having much, so
no,
they know what it's like to not have anything, and they're like, "Look what I sacrificed to give you, and look what
you,
you're doing with it."
yes,
Yeah,
yes, true.
teaches you responsibility.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we Jamaican we always can manage. You know, what I mean, we learn that from small to responsibility to manage. You know,
Yes.
managing any situation,
Yep.
you have to find your way out, and you know, what I
Mhm.
mean, that is a good thing.
Yeah,
Make you
it's a good
great.
thing, and it's not like I would say a lot of American parents how they coddle their kids like by the time the kid gets to be 18, they don't know how to do anything. You
Yeah,
know, but
yeah,
when you grow up in a Caribbean household, from the time you're tall enough, especially a girl, by the time you
yeah.
can stand, you're standing on top of something, learning to cook the dinner.
Yes,
You
you know
know,
to do
you're
that.
learning to sew and make things and try to do
Hmm.
things so that you can make money to bring money into the household. So
Yes,
it's a
yeah. You
different thing.
learn
You learn from your
different.
small to hustle.
Yeah, have
Mhm.
to learn something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, I was cooking for all the families from very small. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, very small. I was going to the river to help my mother to wash the clothes. Sometimes I see so many clothes my mother have to wash. I say, "Okay, mom, please give me mine. I wash it." I always take my clothes and wash it. I have this
Mhm.
responsibility.
Yeah, tell
Keep
them
my
about
clothes
that
clean.
washing clothes in the river. Now, no
Hmm.
washing machine.
Yeah, you have to go wash it with the hand and the brush. And you know, sometimes we spend half day at the river washing
Mhm.
clothes, all those big tons of clothes. And now I see everybody now almost have a washing machine.
Yeah,
You know,
people
just
now
one,
have
two people
washing
see still
machine, but
washing. Hmm.
not
But
when we were
I
growing
was very proud to I can wash with my hands.
up.
You
Mhm.
know,
And
I proud.
I always say that the white clothes, that no white clothes can be as clean as the ones you wash in your hand.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
I like to wash the white clothes with my hand. Just put it, soak it a little bit, and then wash it. It's more cleaner than the machine, especially white clothes.
Yeah, white clothes have to be by
Yeah,
hand. I'm still that
yeah,
way. Yeah, old
mhm,
school. White clothes have to be washed by hand.
yeah. I see my washing machine once it break down, and I have to wash. I have some clothes that I need to wear to work, and I have to wash. I just put it in the bar there, put the thing, put soap, and I wash it with my hands. I say, oh, thank God I can. I know how to wash it. You know what I mean? I don't just get stuck on it like that. I can wash it.
No, no, Geo. They do have washing machines in Jamaica. We're just talking about from years ago, where
Yeah.
they didn't have washing machines because
So
people couldn't afford it. It was very
yeah.
expensive back
Hmm.
years ago, but now I would say the majority of people now must have
No,
washing.
I have washing machine. Yeah, most of the people they have washing machine.
Yeah.
And even though they have washing machine, they still wash with their hands.
There's
Because they
certain
use
things
it.
there's certain things then that you just
Yeah,
don't wash in a machine. Like growing up, it maybe sound personal, but growing up, the you don't wash your underclothes in no machine. You
right.
gotta wash your underclothes in your hand.
Like I see my mother do that always, and she have machine there, and she just take her, small clothes, and she just wash it with her hands. And it's a part of the life. You used to that, so it always still stay with you. You know what I mean?
Hmm. There's certain things that is and even like hair care and skin care, things are different in Jamaica. Like I don't remember growing up and seeing anybody really wearing makeup unless you're gonna like go out. Like I don't really grow up, but like most people, they're just bare skin,
Your
maybe
skin
chapstick or
natural.
something, like just natural beauty is what I normally see. And they also were eating all of the kind of like what do you call it, processed and pasteurized foods that we eat. So of course they have a different health than
Yeah,
we do because they're not eating the fast foods. They're
yeah.
eating more things from the earth.
So the skins are now more better skins, and
Better
yeah,
skin, better teeth.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What I mean? So
Yes.
mhm.
Everything is different, but in everything, I wouldn't take anything back. My childhood, the way that I was raised, I wouldn't take anything back because it made me learn to appreciate things that I think some people here, like when people who are born in the States or they're born with things that a third world country does not have, they don't even understand how much they have. Like I
True.
think I grew up learning to appreciate things more because I seen what it's
Yeah,
like to have nothing.
right.
So like
Yeah,
even small little things like having a telephone, having a washing machine, indoor plumbing. That's a whole
yes, yes.
indoor having indoor plumbing, all of those things, those are luxuries.
Luxury. Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
appreciate that more. That's
Mhm.
why I always tell my children, look, you have everything. Just appreciate what you got.
Mhm.
Because when you coming from Caribbean like us, we really appreciate the things so much. Everything. Sometimes some people tell me that, oh, you take care of every little thing. But I say, if I have a phone, I'm gonna take care of it. If I have a little watch, everything I just take special care. Just don't, I don't worship those things and say, oh, because it's just material. But I always like to take care of everything. I
Mhm.
can have something for years, years, years. You give me something today and you can come back in 10 years, maybe I have it. And I show you it look really good. Sometimes you wonder, you never use it. But I use it, but I always taking care of everything. I just like that. It's just a part of me to appreciate things and taking care, what I mean? Because I remember the days when
When you
I
had
didn't have,
nothing.
yes, I have nothing. I didn't have this. I had one pair of shoes to go out. Sometimes I tell you, I usually go to school with barefoot. And my mother tell me, why you don't wear the crepe? I have a nice crepe to go to school. But sometimes I just tell her, I just feel like go barefoot. You know, we were tough, you know, growing up
Yeah,
countryside,
it was a
countryside,
simple
you know,
free
tough.
life.
Yeah, we just gone outside only in the banana walk. We don't put any shoes. Sometimes we get cut also, buck our toes and, you know, I mean, all kind of things. But, you know, it's not that we don't have a shoes, but sometimes we just gone like that. Just
Yeah, I
naturally,
think
you
you just
know.
learn to be tough.
Yeah, we just tough, you know, we just
Yeah,
tough.
you fall down and you just say, oh, whatever, and just get up.
You just get up and brush off again and you're gone. And, you know, we just, life,
I
you
would say
know,
for me, even though I wasn't born in Jamaica, but I had the Caribbean background and I know what
mhm.
it's like, and I went there and I seen what it's like there, and I
Yes,
spent time there, so I know what it's like. I can see both perspectives. I can see what it's like to have nothing, and
yes,
people are so happy, and then you come back and you have so much. I'm like, why am I being so ungrateful? Look at everything that I have.
yes,
It's
yes,
good to see a balance, and I think sometimes some people need to reevaluate when you're thinking that you
true,
need something. You don't
it's
really
true.
need it, you want it.
You want it, yeah,
Mhm.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's the same with my children. They grow up here, but you know, they always go to Jamaica and they adapt the culture. They know the thing. Sometimes they even know things more than what I know in Jamaica. You know, because they're young and they go and they learn a lot of things, and they really like it. You know, they really love it. You know, from their heart, they feel it, and you know, So you know, I mean, so it's very nice when they go. They're chatting with everybody all over the village, run around, and you know, they don't
Right.
scared, and you know, everything is really, really nice. I'm really happy for that.
I
You
am too.
know,
I just wanted to talk briefly now about the music. A lot of people, when they think about music from Jamaica, the only music people think about is Bob Marley,
yeah,
and and that's not the only music that is in Jamaica. In
no,
Jamaica, they have the reggae, which is like Bob Marley, Inner Circle,
yeah,
people like that. But for the young
it's on
people
the
now, they have
nature,
music called
yes,
dance hall, which has more of a beat, as my mom would say, music to wind up. They wind up your body.
dance style, right?
Yes. So that's the dance hall, but we also have mento music. That's from
Yeah,
like when my
soul
grandparents
music,
were alive.
you know,
Mento.
lover style, soul
Mhm.
music. You know, you have all kind of music in Jamaica. Yeah, sometimes people really have that impression that it's only Bob Marley, and you have so many variety of music in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And now also they are, you know, different evolution with the music. They are mixing different kind of music. Now we have some real Jamaican music that you, when you listen, you can listen a little R&B inside of it, a little soul, a little everything. You know, with these new generation, they're doing a different kind of music, combination of different sounds, and you know what I mean. So music really, sometimes you listen to some music and you have to really listen and check it out if it's really music from Jamaica, because you know, when you hear it, it sounds so different, and
Mhm.
you know, much evolution with the music these days. You know what I mean? So music is really advanced a lot in Jamaica,
Yeah.
and so many different music. You know, music is so advanced in Jamaica, and a lot of young artists too. Also, so many artists in Jamaica. You know, a lot of people sing in Jamaica. Sometimes you go in some small villages and
I
you
would
hear
go to the
some
bank.
guys or some girls sing with some voices there. You wonder, some sweet voice, but they're just there, you know what I mean? They don't get the
They don't have
exposure.
training. They don't have training. It's just
Yes,
natural talent.
natural talent, you know what I mean? If you have someone to really train them, and you know, I tell you, they are very talented, very much have some sweet voices.
Yeah, it's amazing how people, it's so much talent there in Jamaica, and they're not getting no voice training.
Yeah,
They just born with it.
just going with it. Yeah, it's true. Just
Mhm.
going with it.
Where people in other states, they go to voice coach and all
Yes.
kinds of things. We don't have they don't have no voice coach and things.
Hey, you
You just
see, if you
born
when
with
you
it.
go to the church, like for
Yeah,
example, in the
that's where
church,
you get it from.
hey, the church people can sing.
Hmm.
I went one, two time when I go to Jamaica, just go to the church and I have some friend they tell me, come to the church, come with us. And I tell you, when I hear them sing, it chill me because they have such a sweet voice and they sing so nice. You can't imagine.
Yeah,
And,
you say you think you're at a party.
yeah, you're at a party. And those people who are singing also, they are not thinking about to be a singer. They just sing naturally. They just love to sing and they just sing naturally.
Just
You
sing from
never
your
hear
heart.
them say, if you say, okay, you can be a big artist, you say, oh no, I don't want to be, I just sing.
Yeah.
They're very talented, very talented. That's another thing there in Jamaica. We have a special gift for that, you
Yeah.
know, special gift for that.
Yeah. And
Very, very nice.
and a lot of people when I went one of the first times to Ocherius, and for those who don't know, Ocherius means eight rivers, but there is not eight rivers.
No, just have the Duns River Fall. Just have
And
the
I was
Duns
like,
River
why did they
Fall.
call it Ocherius if it's not eight rivers?
It's
This
not
I don't
eight
know who must be
rivers.
drinking at the rum bar.
Just have one fall there.
Yes.
Don't and end out in the sea, Orchard, yes.
Yeah. So you have anything else that you want to add to the stream um ranks you want to talk
Yes,
about?
I'm just saying that any one of you guys here and want to go to Jamaica, there's a lot of place there to visit. Very nice place, like in St. Thomas. You have the Mineral Bath also, the Duns River Fall, Ocharias is very nice place. Portland, I would recommend you to go to Portland also. Portland is very quiet and very simple.
Yeah, my
Very
best
nice
friend is
place.
from Portland.
Yeah, Port Antonio is very, very nice. All those kind of place, that side is very nice. St. Elizabeth is very nice also. And,
Yeah.
Jamaica is very beautiful, guys. Anyone thinking about taking a trip, don't be afraid to go. You will
Yeah.
love it. You will enjoy it. And
Yeah.
if you want to climb mountains and things like this, they have some hiking in the Blue Mountain. They have some special hiking where you can get some tour in the Blue Mountain, walk all the way through the mountain in Portland, come right back round. You have a lot of new things also, lot of things going on there. And, Jamaica is a nice country. And the people are very nice also. Because most time people get scared and say they are afraid to go to Jamaica
Mhm.
because they heard of the violence and thing. But everywhere these days is a little
Everywhere
bit.
these days has it.
Yes, you just have to take care anywhere at all you go.
Mhm.
And
I
if
would
you
just
want to
I
take
would just recommend when you go, stay at a place that will pick you up at the airport, take you to the hotel and take you around.
around and
Yeah.
you know, where you can, and then by moving around, you will meet people, and you just have to. Sometimes when you travel, you feel the people. You can feel if you
Yeah, you
are
can
in
feel with the
danger.
people who are crooked.
Yeah, yeah,
When it don't feel right, when it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
don't do it. You know what I mean? Just feel how you feel sometimes, and
Yeah, you have to
You
feel the
know,
vibe.
feel the vibes.
Mhm.
And the food is nice,
Yeah.
all kind of food.
Mhm.
When you
Oh,
go to
but Ray,
Jamaica,
you
you get
never
all
said
kind.
which is your favorite type of food.
My favorite,
Yeah.
well, I love my rice and peas on Sundays. My
Hmm.
rice and peas cooked with my coconut milk, with some brown stew chicken or some brown stew fish, or sometimes some steamed fish. And I like to drink soup, like my chicken soup with
Hmm.
vegetables, and and sometimes I make some soup without any form of meat, with my coconut milk and a lot of spice seasoning, and you
Hmm.
know make some of those soup. And I like to eat shrimps also.
Yeah.
I like to drink a beer and eat those shrimps, pepper shrimps. Sometimes you get these hot pepper shrimps. I like it also.
With some scotch bonnet in it.
Yeah, with the Scotch bonnet pepper, very hot. You have a cold red stripe and eating some shrimps, and what I mean. But I always cooking, so. And I like my dumpling, my ackee and saltfish, and I like my cooked mackerel, salt mackerel, cooked down mackerel. Sometimes I cook it down with some coconut milk, like a rundown, you know. Sometimes I do the same thing with the saltfish also. Just cook it down with some coconut milk and with vegetable, and like, this rundown. And I like my fried dumpling, you
Right.
know. We call it the Johnny cake, some Johnny cake, the cooked dumpling, I like my dumplings, but I don't eat too much these days. But before, I was eating a lot of dumplings, and I like
Yeah.
my cooked breadfruit, roast breadfruit.
Hmm.
I mean,
Me too. Me too, Rings. I feel like that when you get older, like your vibration changes. Like right now, I
yes,
don't eat meat. I
yeah. You don't eat meat now, yeah.
don't eat meat anymore. I don't know. It's just come a time where I just
You
like
just don't want, yes,
I just you just don't want it anymore. Like when I started to be in tune with myself and the
yes.
earth, and when you start thinking about things, and I'm like, I don't want to do that to my body, and then I start, like I love the animals. It's a lot of things
I
that
agree
go
with you.
into
I
it.
agree with you. Yes, you feel much better, mental and physical. You feel much better because
Yeah, and
before,
your weight is better. Everything is better, and like
everything is
your
better. Everything is
thinking
better.
changes too.
Yeah, everything is better to just eat, and just eat natural vegetables and all those things. I eat a lot of vegetables. Sometimes I eat a piece of chicken and I like my shrimps, like
Yeah,
salt
well,
and this.
if you feel it, but I mean, like, I think it's important to tell everybody, like, when you get older in general, you just need
Yes,
to be focusing more on your health, like what
yes,
is going to be good for you. I can't tell anybody what to think and
yes.
do and say, but
That
I'm
is
just
true.
saying, for me
Yes,
personally, I started looking at what I was eating, and I wasn't satisfied, like, with my health and everything, and I said,
yes,
I have to make a change for myself.
yes. Because your food. In reality, your food have to be your medicine,
Yeah.
and your medicine have to be your food. Because it depends on how you're eating, as what you say, especially when you're getting more in age, you have to be very careful what you eat.
Right.
Have to really very careful and take care. Before I eat a lot, now I try to eat less also, and eat more vegetables, and always trying to make some real good juice and different fruits and those kind of. I think
And
more was my.
more soup and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and try to don't eat too late and all those kind of things. Make my
Yeah.
food
But
properly
you know
digest.
what is funny, Ranks? I remember when I was younger and I used to hear my mother saying things. Right now, I'm the age my mother was when I was saying those things. So it's
Yes,
funny to look back now, and I remember my mom saying, "Oh, girl, there's gonna come a time where you're not gonna want any chicken or any." And I was like, "Oh, please! I'm always gonna
that's true.
want this."
It's true, true. That's really true.
Your
That's
vibe
kind of where I
changes when
come
you
from.
get older.
Yes, yes. First time you could give me one chicken, I eat one chicken.
I could eat a whole chicken. beginning to
Yeah.
end.
So yeah, it's true. Time come you don't to, because you have certain food now. I don't even want to, because I working in the kitchen also, and every day a lot of food. What jerk chicken?
Yeah, um Boss Life Online says, what jerk chicken? I'm gonna try it when I go there.
Yes, you have to try it.
She says she likes oxtails too,
Oxtail, yes.
and
Jamaica
she'll
have very nice
give
oxtail,
me the oxtails.
making me hungry.
Yes. That's one thing
Yeah.
about the food. I will say, I don't know if you did that in your family, but it was a thing like on Sundays, like everybody in the family, they make something and everybody gather and just sit around and just talk.
Talk, yeah.
Just
Mhm.
talk. It's not like now where you have the phone and people rushing in and I got to go to work. No, everybody knew Sunday, nobody worked,
Yes.
and you just enjoy yourself. You just talking, just relaxing, enjoying each other's company. And I
Yeah.
think about that, and I was like, those were the best times of my life.
Yes. Family get together and talk, and you have
And
one problem, you find the solution together, and
mhm.
it's a family reunion. What I
Yeah,
mean?
and next thing, everybody is showing up.
Yeah.
People who are not even your family. I don't know if you have that in
Yeah.
yours.
Good friends come same
Yeah,
way like a
people who are
family.
just
They
like
become a
your
part.
family. They become your
Yeah.
family.
They become a part.
Mhm.
It's nice. Yeah, really nice. Really get together.
Get together and just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. As with Jamaica, you're cooking and at home, and friends and other people just pass. Hello, Miss Joyce, how are you today? And people just come together always. And for example, we live very, very good in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
We have
I
someone.
really, that's what Sugar Love says too. She says I miss those days.
Yes, for real.
I remember the times when you could just go to your neighbor house and just to say, neighbor, I need so and so.
Hmm.
Because you knew your neighbor. You can't ask somebody for something if you don't know them.
You don't know, yeah.
Yeah, those are the times where you like people, as my mother would say, people lived good.
Yeah, live
You
good,
knew your
really live good.
neighbors, and
You know,
you could depend on them. Like, oh, can you take my daughter to school tomorrow? It wasn't anything weird like now. You couldn't
yeah,
just say
yes.
to your neighbor, take my kid to school, but it's because
Mm,
your neighbor was always at your house. You know,
yes, yeah.
you're always everything that went on, and people down the street. You knew everybody. You knew what
You
was
know
going on.
everybody.
You knew who just got married, who's having a baby. You knew
Yeah.
everything
You know
about your
everything,
neighbors.
everything,
And
yes.
these days, you don't know nothing about your neighbors.
No. I tell you something, I have some neighbors here, and I see them once a while, and sometimes they don't even say hello.
Yeah.
In
I
Jamaica,
think
that
it's
could
the
be me.
times. People are just afraid.
Yeah, people are just afraid, just
Mhm.
afraid. They are too scared, yeah. It's true.
Yeah, yeah, and with everything that's going on in this world that we live,
Mhm.
people can appear to be one way and they're just not what they
Just the
appear.
other, not that way, it's the other way.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true. You have to really take care, what I mean? It's true. I
Mhm.
remember when we in Jamaica, and you have this little old man live alone. And if we wake up one morning, because he's always wake up early in the morning making his coffee, so you see the smoke coming out of his kitchen. He have a little outside kitchen there, and you see the smoke coming out. So if we wake up one morning and we don't see that smoke, we are going straight over to find out what's happened. Yeah, we are going to check him and see if everything is all right, if
Right.
he's sick, if he's okay. We always checking on each other around, all the neighbors. We always checking. As fast as they wake up, they just come out and say, "Hello, good morning. How are you?" And just to let you know that them is okay.
Yeah. Because
Really,
you
really
would
nice.
know when people, who was going to school, who's going to work, who stays home. You knew
Yes.
the routine. And when you didn't see people, you used to say, what's going on? Let me go check them.
Yeah, you go check them out, see what's happening. You know, you don't see them for maybe a couple days or a few hours. Normally, you see them going out. You don't see them today, so you say, "What's happening?" You know, you just go over to see what's going on and think. Sometimes I grieve for those kind of those
Yeah,
kind of things, you
sometimes
know.
I think about that, like the good old days, as people would say, when you get older. That's what you always talk about, the good old days.
The good old days.
Hmm.
It's true.
Yeah, when you didn't have to worry about anything, because if you didn't
No,
have, you just go to your neighbor.
you just got your
Mhm.
name. You need
And
a little, you
it
run
wasn't
out of
talked about in
something.
the streets. Everybody down the street didn't know you didn't have anything. You
Yeah,
know, it was just something, you didn't have nothing to eat. Because in Jamaica, people cook outside. So
yeah,
people know, well, at a certain time, you start getting the fire ready and and start getting dinner together. So of course,
yes,
if you look over and you see your neighbor don't have a fire put on, you must think to yourself, they must not have tonight,
yes,
and you're not going to embarrass them, but you just
no,
go knock at the door and say, come get some dinner.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just simple, just like
Just
that.
find out, yeah, just go and find out. Are you cooking? You need to come and get some dinner. You know, that's real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's real life.
yeah,
Facts. Nobody don't check anyone. Yes, really, nobody don't check anyone. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
different.
They don't.
They don't check.
They don't check.
They
And
don't. They
I
don't care.
think, like, for one reason, because people don't want other people involved in others' business. Like, people would just say, mind your own business,
Yeah.
you know. But it's different. Like, people who are Caribbean, they move different. Like, I have
True.
friends that it doesn't matter the time. It's not something, oh, it's too late or something like that. You can always
Mhm.
stop by anytime. If you see something's not right, always stop by.
Yeah.
Hmm. It is
Start.
different. It's
Yes.
different.
True.
Different people, different thinking.
Yeah. It's true. Because here in Switzerland, you always have a lot of problem. People die in the house, and no one know that they die. The neighbors there, and they don't. They die in the house until you start to smell.
You smell them. Hmm.
You smell them. They die in the house for days. I see many times that happen. You
Yeah,
know,
Boss Life Online says right here, she says, like right now, today, I don't know who lives upstairs.
right?
You really don't know your neighbors, because I remember ever since, anytime when you move into a place, you go and knock on the door and you say, hi, I'm your neighbor.
I'm New Year, yes,
Yeah, I'm new here, and you tell them about, oh, I have 3 kids or whoever, and I just want you to know that you can come by anytime. That's how it used to be.
yes.
Hmm. But now,
Now,
you wouldn't even want to introduce yourself to the neighbors, because most people, they're crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's a pity we have to get so scared, you know what I mean?
It's
But
a
it's
shame.
the reality. It's the reality. We
Mhm.
have to.
Life was so much better when things were just simple, that you just looked after other person, because it's another human being. Just to
Yes.
see if you're all right. You don't even want anything. You're just saying hello. That's
Hello.
all.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
true.
These days, you don't even know what your neighbor's name, what they're doing.
What they're doing.
You have no idea what's going on in their house, who
Like
lives in there.
when
No.
yeah, when I just came in Switzerland, you know, just coming from Jamaica, and you used to, hi everyone, hello, how are you? You know, just like that. So I was telling everyone, good morning. Everyone is so strange. They said, this
Yes,
guy
that,
seems to
that
be
is
crazy.
so Caribbean.
Why is he telling me good morning?
Oh, yes. If you do that in New York, they'll cuss you out.
Yeah, I will say good morning to everybody in the shop, in the street. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Blah blah blah, and try to speak with them. People look at me very strange. They look at me and this
Yeah.
guy. you know.
I remember, I'll tell you a quick story. When I was going to school, and you know how you were raised in the morning, like you used to say like, "Good morning, teacher. Good morning, ever," because you know, an adult, you have to greet the adults. And I remember the first time when my teacher said, "Call me Mary." I said, I can't do that. I said, if I call you Mary, my mother would slap me in my face. You call your teacher by her first name? What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
It shows how things are different.
different. Yeah.
Mhm. Hi, Lala.
Why?
Yeah. So it just shows how the difference between Caribbean lifestyle and other lifestyle, like we
Yes.
check for one another, even though times have changed. Most Caribbean people still check on each other and
Yeah.
still see how each other's doing, even during this pandemic.
Yes. Yes. They
Yeah.
still cooking each other.
I found that most people even during the pandemic, most Caribbean people still say they feel the same because we still are calling each other and checking on each other.
Hmm.
You know, well, I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't speak for other people because I'm Caribbean, but I
Yeah.
find that most Caribbean people will check on other Caribbean people,
Check
and I don't
another.
mean
Yeah.
just Jamaican people, like anybody from the Caribbean, from Bahamas, Guyana,
Any
wherever.
one of them. Yes.
We more tend to still check on other people just to see how they're doing, if they're all right, how's their
Yeah.
family.
Yes.
I don't know. I just feel like that's the way that life is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there is something about like here when I meet any Caribbean people, it's always be a vibes, you know. They
Yeah,
always say, "Hi, how are you? I'm from Trinidad." And I say, "Oh yeah, I'm from Jamaica." We always have everything in common, and you know, they're very happy to meet you, and you know, have a vibe. Sometimes people look at me because we start to talk very loud and you know,
yes.
move the hands
When you
and
start talking about your culture things,
yes, you know what I mean.
exciting.
Really nice. It's really nice.
Mhm. Sugar Love says something. The people down south in the U.S. also, I get they're like that too. That they check on one another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people down south. Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Some place in the U.S. also, you know, people have this kind of.
Yeah, they have that kind of
Yeah.
vibrations, but most people don't have, during this time of difficulty where people are shut in, I can't imagine people who don't have that kind of, I don't even know what you call it, that kind of circle of people. Because if you didn't have that before this virus started, you can't start it now. You have to already
Yeah.
have that going.
Hmm.
So if you don't have people who are check on you, do you have food, do you have water, are you all right, is everything okay? I can't
Yes. Yeah.
imagine people who don't have anybody checking on them.
Checking on them. It
Mhm.
must be feeling so depressed and.
Feeling so depressed and lonely,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's has to be terrible, especially if you're older, you can't get out, you can't do
Yeah.
things. It
Like
must
the other day, I was
be hard.
listening the news. Like in France, they have a totally locked down and very strict. You have some old people say that they was planning to just jump through the window because they can't take it no more. They can't see their family because you know in France they start to make kind of separation. Old people they don't have to mix with the young. They kind of
Yeah,
doing this kind of and it's I mean it's really get a lot of the old people very depressed
right.
because they used to being with their grandchildren, all the families, and you know, I heard some old people were saying they feel like jump through their windows. You know, when I heard that, it was so hard. You know, I mean,
So disheartening. It really makes you feel down.
yeah, you know, what I mean, so it's very tough. A lot of people depressed and getting really getting on top of them. This thing right here now,
Hmm.
but
Yeah. That's why I
hopefully,
think even through everything, I think the way that I was raised, that's what's getting me through this time because you're raised with the positive vibes to see the positive side of things and to,
Yeah,
like that type of thinking. And I feel like sometimes if you don't have that kind of foundation support going through these hard times, you
yeah,
don't really can find a balance in your life, you know?
true, true. Yeah, that is very important, that part, it give you strength. Yeah, it give you strength. You have this courage,
Right.
to really go on. Yeah,
I just can't imagine. I feel sorry for the poor older people, shut-in people, handicapped people who are just they can't leave the house and then they don't have the support from other people.
yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah. Oh, let's see what Boss Life Online says. We speak to one another here in the South. Went to Chicago and people thought I had lost my mind. I was smiling and saying hi.
Yes.
Yeah. You go to certain places, like I know when I go to Brooklyn and I see my sister and other people and I have friends there. And I'm just used to it because in the South, you see somebody, you say hi, good morning. And up north, they'll look at you like, what's wrong with her?
Yes. It's
They're like, good morning. And everybody, like, if you want to test it out, go to New York, go in an elevator full of people and say, good morning, everybody.
no one will answer you.
No one will answer you. Nobody. And when you get off on your floor, they're going to say, crazy. They're going to say you're crazy.
So someone have to have the courage to, good
Someone has
morning.
to have the courage to say good morning. I have some respect, acknowledge another human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just can't live that way. I can't just walk past people and don't say anything.
No,
It's not in me.
Not the way you're brought up,
Because I still feel like somebody is going to slap me still, even though my parents aren't alive anymore. I still feel like
Yes.
if I pass somebody, I don't say hi. Like my mom's going to hit me. Oh, I know.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice when we can talk about things that pass and really enjoy and see
Yeah.
how important it is, I mean, those things, it's really great.
Oh, Boss Life Online says, get a New Yorker as a customer service person. Laud, no patience at all. And Sugar Love, because Sugar Love lives in New York, and she says, laugh out loud. I do that sometime for a joke in New York.
Yes.
Yeah. It's totally different vibes depending on where you live, the people that you're around.
Mhm.
It can make or break how you feel. Because when I'm in New York, I have a different feeling. Like when I'm in New York, I'm walking fast, talking fast. And then, you go to Jamaica, you just sit down, relax, enjoy the vibes. Nobody's really saying much of anything, but you're, just cooling out. So everywhere is different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I feel like anytime when I know I need to slow down, I need to relax a little bit and just be at peace and then quiet, I say, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get back centered.
Get back.
Yeah. Those Sugar Love say. You're laughing. Yep, I will say the word hello to people and they think I'm crazy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like here in Europe, they think I'm a crazy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they ask, who's this guy in the big hat saying bonjour? Because sometimes I just play with it, I just say, bonjour, madam, monsieur. You know, just wake them up a little bit. They just looking at you like this, and you know, like you coming from somewhere else. So you just say,
Mhm.
bonjour, make them know that you can speak. You
Right.
know, what I mean? And you have some polite in you. Polite, you know what I mean? It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's a completely different thinking and vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. um, False Life Alliance says, how in the world do New Yorkers have a YouTube channel? They have to talk. I guess if they go live.
Yeah.
I do see that. Like I have literally been places. I have been places in New York,
Yes.
and I like complete silence, and it's maybe about 100 people in there, and you could hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking,
Nobody's talking.
and like I'm looking around, like what is going on in here?
It's
But
great.
that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. No one is speaking.
After people got used to me in Chicago, they used to wait for me in the morning and say something. We love our accent. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. That's true. I understand what Sugar Love is saying too. It's too many people in New York. You don't know who is what.
True. It's a compact city, you know.
Yeah, I got all kinds of as my mother would say, characters.
Yes. It's compact city.
Yeah, and you don't know what you're gonna get. So I understand, and I know why it is the way it is, but I just can't stop being
Mm-hmm.
me, who I am at the root. But it's nice to talk about things and to reminisce on things and talk about the food and the culture and the differences and how life used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you feel like you have a piece of home with you.
Yeah.
Hmm. So
True.
I've really enjoyed the live stream, Ranks.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for your invitation. I really appreciate it, and so
yeah, I
nice.
really
I'm
appreciate
very
it.
happy to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Really good
Boss
vibes.
Life Online is asking me, would I live in New York? No way.
No.
Mm-mm. Even though I was born there, I couldn't. Now that I have lived in Florida for a number of years, things are a little bit slower here.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to the lifestyle here in Florida, like the warm weather, the people that are friendly, all of that.
More quiet. I like it in Florida also. When I'm in New York and come down to Florida, it's totally different. I feel so different
Yeah,
when I move
even
around.
like if you go anywhere in the South, I find like I'm a person, I do better in the South if I have to be in the States, but otherwise I prefer the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Oh, I am Tracy Lee is saying hello to everyone.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed this live stream. We'll have to do a collaboration in the future. Maybe we'll do a collaboration on some of the food. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do like a video and make our favorite meals or show our favorite meals,
Yeah.
something like that. We can do like some type of collaboration.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
something like
ready.
that. So we can
Anytime
highlight
you're
our
ready.
culture food.
Yeah.
So thanks for being on the panel, Ranks, and
Yes.
thank
Thank you
everybody who came
also.
to the
And thanks
stream.
to everyone is in the house.
Yeah, I
Blessed
really
love.
enjoyed it. So, Ranks, tell them again about what days do you go live on your channel?
Yes, normally I go live at I would be going live at this time, 10:30 European time.
Hmm.
You know, I'm trying to set a little program called Ranks Corner. Sometimes I just play some music, sometimes I'm on live, depends on the topics. And if I don't really have any topics, I will just put some music and thing, what I mean? So I go live normally on Sundays at 10:30 European time.
Okay.
Swiss time.
Well, I appreciate you staying up late for me
Yeah,
because right now it's like 10 o'clock there, right?
yeah. 22:54 now. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for staying up late to be in my live stream, right?
Yes, no problem. I always this time. Yeah, it's a good time for me. I will go sleep after.
Yeah.
Wake up 6:30 tomorrow morning.
hmm Maybe
No,
maybe the next time I can have if your wife is into it. I don't know if she likes to be on live stream. Maybe one
yes,
time we can have your wife on the panel with us.
yes. Okay, yeah,
Talk to her
yeah.
about it and see if she's interested or not.
Yes. She's a little bit shy sometimes, but I will. You know,
Yeah.
as a YouTuber, you have to get the shyness
It's
out.
it's about connections,
Yeah,
making
you have to get the
connections with other
shyness out.
people.
In the beginning, I first time when I just want to do live, I was a little bit, but I get used to it too, and sometimes when I was playing music in the club and things like this, a lot of people, so I always, and I usually do like MC for some concerts here in Europe, like those festivals. I was the MC, present the artists and
Oh,
things.
so you were a DJ scratching up the records?
Yeah, not really scratching, Jamaican style, you
Yeah,
know. Yeah, first time I always, the Jamaican when they play half of the music and cut it and put the other one.
right.
First, I was doing it like that, but since now was playing a lot in Europe, Europeans they don't like when you cut it so quickly. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? They like to hear the music go
they want to
out. So
hear
I
the
don't
whole
really,
song.
yeah. So but I was doing MC like for some big shows like in Montreal Jazz Festival, the Reggae Night, and all those things. So I used to be in front of 2,000, 3,000 people sometimes. You know what I mean? So you
Wow.
have to really get brave, not so timid,
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's a completely different thing when you do YouTube, because when you do stuff like that and you perform, that's one thing. But when you have like something you put on the internet and then you have
yes,
people and they'll criticize you and berate
yes,
you and
it's
put you down,
really,
it's a whole different vibe.
yes, it's true. It's different vibes, yes,
So that's
really.
why it's important to have support, to have a support team of people who are going to be there for each other. Like if you tell other people, this is when I go live, and people will get used to
Yes,
you being in that lifetime, like this is my set. I go live every single Sunday at 3 p.m.
yes,
Eastern. So it's like people will get used to that. So
yes,
that's why we have to um, get together and coordinate with other YouTubers because that's
yes,
how your channel keeps growing and you keep
yes,
benefiting,
yes, it's
doing
true.
collaborations, all of that.
Yes, it's true. That's the way you go. You
Right.
have to get together, more strength. Yeah, that's
What they
true.
say is more strength in numbers.
Yes, yes, it's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you, Ranks, for
So, Marlene, you have the same name like my sister,
yeah, Marlene. It's a
Marlene.
very Jamaican name.
Yeah, Marlene, Nadine, Marcia,
Yeah.
Coral, all those kind of names. Aye. A
So
lot of Anthony,
yeah,
Tony.
yep.
My middle name is Anthony.
Yeah, I know you told me. I did not know that until this stream.
Yeah,
hmm
Raymond.
So thank you,
But
Rank.
they call me, my nickname when we go in Jamaica and all my school friends, someplace in Jamaica, they call me Fighter. But it's not to fight anyone, you know what I mean?
hmm
Because I'm a guy who fight hard for my life and to do
Yeah,
things
it's the
and,
meaning
you know,
behind it.
and, I was running taxi and I have a very old car. So always giving me trouble, always fixing it up and going again. But I'm the one who in the village taking all those old people to the doctor and all those things. And one day one lady look at me and say, "You're a real fighter." And from that they start calling me fighter. So sometimes people hear the name, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're a fighter," but it's in a different
Yeah,
way.
it's
It's
a
for a
different
good way. It's not. Yeah.
way.
So thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you so much, Ranks. Have a good evening, and thanks for being a part of the stream.
You too. God bless you, each and everyone in the house.
Blessings.
And see you.
Okay. Thank you.
One love.
One love. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
So thanks everybody for coming to the stream. I appreciate everybody for being a part of this stream for Sunday Talks. And before I go, I want to encourage everybody to join the channel membership on the channel. If you enjoy the content here, please join the channel membership today. Click right now because I'm about to get started on a new thing on Living Your Best Life. I'm going to be doing member-only live streams. So I know you guys are going to want to be a part of that. So go ahead and join the membership today. That's going to be starting in 2 weeks. So join the channel membership today. And I thank everybody for being part of the stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really have. I thank Ranks for being a part of the stream. And thanks everybody for their comments. I really enjoyed this thoroughly, talking about my cultural background. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to end with the Best Life Crew song, and the stream will end. So I will see you guys on the next Sunday Talks. And tomorrow it is going to be uploaded, a new dose of positivity. So look for that. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all so much. Goodbye.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive.